What's going on, guys? So in this video, we're talking about some of the best smelling fragrances for the summer. Yes, there's some beastly performers here, there's some weaker performers here, there's some expensive stuff, and there's some super cheap stuff. It's kind of a little bit of everything, but the main thing they have in common is, like I said before, they're some of the best smelling fragrances for summer in any situation in the heat. They dress up, they dress down, they smell great. I've got 12 of them. Let's talk about it. Stay tuned. Starting with one that I just started spending time with. I've done a few test sprays. The day this video goes live, it's actually set to be my scent of the day. Nobody talks about this one. It's Mercedes-Benz Club Fresh. What I love about this one so far is it reminds me of Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue, but not exactly the same. There's some ambroxan going on here. It's got a little bit of shower gel feel, but it's still very effervescent. It's got this fizzy quality to the citruses up top. There's pear, there's green apple, there's lavender to add a nice aromatic feel, but even though there's lavender and ambroxan, it's not too soapy and too much of a shower gel smell. There's actually much more character going on here than you may expect when you see the note breakdown. This is one of the best smelling fragrances I have bought this year. Bar none, hands down. I slept on this one for a very long time. It's one that's interested me for a few years now, and I finally pulled the trigger from a seller on eBay not that long ago. It was in my biggest cheap fragrance haul of 2022 video. This was in there, and in that video I tried it on a test strip. The test strip does not do it justice like it does on skin. It really comes alive. It's very bright, average performance, nothing really weak, not a beast at the same time. You can find these in the $30 to $40 range, and this is one that is highly slept on that I got to spray again because this stuff is great. So much better than I anticipated it being. It's mega fresh and refreshing. Great for any situation when it's super hot outside. Whether you're indoors at work, outdoors at work, going grab lunch, shopping, running errands, no matter. This scent will work. One of the best smelling summer fragrances. Definitely Mercedes-Benz Club Fresh. Next is one that I keep going back to for the gym and casually. It's a gorgeous melon, citrus, bright, watery type of fragrance. It's CK1 Summer 2021. This pops up at the rack stores all over the place. You can find it from discounters online all over. 20 bucks going rate everywhere. And look, it's not winning any performance awards. It's a 2 to 3 hour fragrance. It's built for this ridiculous amount of freshness to be out in the sun. Fun in the sun type of fragrance. It's one of the CK1 yearly summer flankers, and it's one of the best ones to date. I've yet to try Summer Days, the newest one for 2022. 2019 was my favorite before this came around. 2020 is pretty good, don't get me wrong. But 2021, this is damn good. Get your nose on this one. Again, not winning any performance awards. It has an absolute spot in my summer rotation. Like I said, I've been wearing it casually, and I love wearing this one to the gym. Check this one out if you haven't yet. Super, super fresh and mega cheap. Calvin Klein CK1 Summer 2021. One that admittedly my wife steals sprays from the bottle much more than I even remember I have it to wear myself. This is one that's kind of under the radar from a lesser known French niche house called the Fleurs de Golfe. This is Orient Express. You can see that juice level dropping. I do wear it sporadically. It's been a little while since I've wore it. My wife likes to sneak sprays out of this one. Extremely unisex, built around the lychee note. There's some nice bright florals here. It's a lovely fragrance. Has a little bit of a fruity, fresh sweetness, like I said, from that lychee. There's this fresh white floral bouquet of flower smell. A little bit of woods. It's a little bit of an aquatic feel without any real aquatic notes. It's beautiful. This is a beautiful fragrance that, again, flies under the radar. Affordable niche house directly out of France. You actually have to change the language and the pricing on their website. Gorgeous perfumery. I mean, storytelling. They have great fragrances from the house. Bakaravani is a beautiful sweet fragrance, sweet floral fragrance. Night Flower, gorgeous as the name implies, evening floral scent. And then my personal favorite that's great for the summer is Coco du Yemen. That, some of you that are familiar with this and me, loving Coco du Yemen, may have thought that would go in this one's place. But honestly, even though that's a gorgeous coconut amber, there's just something special about this one. It's mega fresh, and for any ladies watching the video, like I said, my wife still sprays out of this bottle all the time. This might end up being one of your favorite guilty pleasures for the summertime. It smells absolutely incredible. And performance is nuts. It's a phenomenal performer. It's Fleurs de Golfe, Orient Express. Next, I just don't think you can have a best-smelling summer fragrance video without this one because it's, for many years now, one of the best-smelling summer fragrances. That being Versace Man Eau Fraiche. Yes, there's many ways to smell like this. There's a newer Armaf clone that performs better, that smells almost the same. But at the end of the day, this is the one. I would have put Armaf Aura Fresh here. That's the Armaf clone I was speaking of because it does perform better and it smells exactly the same. But the reason I don't is because it's not so easy to find and get here in the States. Whereas this one is. It just performs a little bit less. This is an eau de toilette. It's an average performer for me, 5-6 hours. Whereas Armaf Aura Fresh, I get more in that 8-hour range, even into the 9-hour territory. So those of you that may only get 3 or 4 hours out of this, you might get 6 or 7 out of that one. Keep your eyes peeled for when it becomes more readily available and even cheaper than the 40 bucks I paid for it. Because like I said, if it was easier for you guys to find, I would have put that here instead of Versace Man Eau Fraiche. But basically, look at it as I'm featuring the eau de toilette version, is how you can see it. Because there's no denying how good this fragrance is. It's no best kept secret. Everybody knows about it. It's an icon for the summertime. Gotta smell it some more. That gorgeous carambola starfruit sour citrus. There's lemon. There's clean musk. There's a little bit of floral tone here. There's some fresh spice. It's got a lot of character. Pulls a compliment. Like I said, decent performer, but it's one of those scents of summer, if you will. Hard to beat. One of the best smelling summer fragrances, hands down. Versace Man Eau Fraiche. While there is a slightly more affordable way to smell like this fragrance, it's not as good. That being Elysium Parfum Cologne. It, like I said, slightly more affordable, but it's still an expensive fragrance. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's on my rotation table for me to wear this particular week at the recording of this video. It's such a great olfactory experience. It's a mega compliment getter. It does not sit too close to the skin or wear too heavy because of the high oil concentration. Even though it's full of citruses and freshness and fruits, it's blended wonderfully. It's one of the more expensive fresh fragrances that happens to be very popular at the same time, especially in the niche community. The niche side of the fragrance community anyways. And yes, there's a ton of different clones out there for it, but none of them on the same quality level or blend even. The level of the blend. Just to get the same experience, you need to try the authentic. Sure. Another one that's not winning any performance awards, but damn does it smell good. It's Paris Hilton for him. You can find this at most rack stores, most notably Ross Dress for Less. See it all the time, different size bottles. Has that watery cucumber, airy melon type of feel. Like, I forgot the notes exactly, but it's got this cucumber freshness, kind of almost like a polo blue EDT without the spicy green tone. Here it's all about watery fruits, bright, airy, aromatic. I actually think mountain air is one of the notes in here if I remember correctly. This is lovely. Only going to last 2 to 3 hours, maybe 4 hours if you're lucky. Depends on skin chemistry. Spray your clothes with this one. It'll definitely last much longer. 20 bucks will get you this 100 milliliter bottle, and it's absolutely worth having. If for nothing else, in a panic, in an emergency, you can have this in your bag. You know you can spray it on. It'll get you by for a few hours, and you're going to smell incredible. And there's potential to pull a compliment. And if it's in the middle of the summer, I mean, hey, it's super fresh. This is refreshing and will cool you down. Like I said, it screams, spray me in the hot weather. It really does. Like I said, if you like that style, very airy, juicy melon type of smell, cucumber, very watery. Man, it's such a treat to smell this fragrance. It really is. One of the best smelling fragrances for summer that doesn't get enough love. Paris Hilton for him. As strange as it may be, to hear that a creamy vanilla scent is such an ideal vacation summertime scent. It just works with Juliette Has a Gun vanilla vibes. It creates this sunbathed, salty sunscreen by the beach, sand by the ocean. It generates all of these feelings and accords, and it's based around vanilla. Lovely, lovely fragrance. Above average performer, not a beast by any means. The gradients of the bottle suits the scent profile. You have the sand to the water to the sky. They did a great job telling the story with this one without having to use a bunch of coconut. I forgot the notes exactly. I know it's based around vanilla, though. You distinctively smell vanilla, but the way they blended it with the supporting notes and the type of vanilla they used really evokes this feeling of being at the beach. Like I said, sun-drenched, full of sunscreen, ankle deep in the water. This one replicates it. One of the best smelling summer fragrances that not too many people talk about a whole lot anymore. There was a time when this was one of the most popular summer fragrances over the last few years, and I don't really see too many people posting scent of the days and stuff like that. If you haven't tried it, you really should, because it's a very different take on a summer fragrance. Because like I said, when you think creamy vanilla, you don't think great for the heat in the summertime, but I'll be damned. Vanilla vibes from Juliette Has a Gun, they nailed it. One of my favorite finds of 2022, one of my favorite pickups, I keep going back to it. It's a cross between Versace Pour Homme and Chanel L'Homme Sport. It is Missoni Wave. This has been heavily featured on this channel in the last 2 months, I guess you could say. I've featured in a few lists. It's been in weekly rotations. I've done a full review. There was a TJ Maxx video where I did the pickup, where I found it. Above average performer, and just smells great. It's a compliment magnet. It's super versatile. It works in the highest of heat for being as creamy as it is. There's some citrus. It's aquatic. There's this vanilla orchid note that offers this nice, almost creamy floral tone to the sweetness. Beautiful stuff. This is such a good fragrance. Can be found under 50 bucks all over the place online. When you find it at TJ Maxx like I did, $31.99 plus tax. A lot of places you can find it around 40 bucks. That's a great price point to get it at, $38, $40, $42. If you can find it around there, it's worth rolling the dice in my opinion, especially if you ever liked Versace Pour Homme or a Chanel L'Homme Sport type of fragrance. You will absolutely like this. One of the best smelling fragrances for summer, for sure, in my opinion. Missoni Wave. Built for the heat, it begs you to go outside and be in the sun, so the radiance and the brilliance of this clementine note can really just pop off of your skin. We're talking about Zaharoff Signature Citrine, based around sweet orange, clementine, which offers a little bit of a limey orange type of smell, and then the traditional Signature Pour Homme DNA. It's actually built off of Signature Noir's base. Where you're getting the incense, you're getting a little touch of oud and myrrh, but it doesn't make it very dark. It does get kind of smoky on my skin personally. I love that about it. It gives a lot of character and depth, but the oud just offers a little bit of a warm wood base. To go with this lovely, slightly salty sea amber note that's in here. It's more about the amber than it is about the oud. The oud's just kind of in there. Does not have an oud smell. Like I said, more of a warm wood type of thing complementing the amber, and the olibanum tears that's in here is, like I said, it's beautiful. It doesn't make it too smoky, but it does provide that dark grounded feel. A lot of depth to this scent. The citruses take a long time to fade. There's other notes in here. There's a sweet plum note and stuff like that that does kind of transition into after the orange and the clementine start to fade. Like I said, a lot of depth here. This one lasts above average on my skin in that 7-8 hour range. It does last a long time, but it needs the heat to really pump and project, as I've said before. This is one that in the first hour is quite loud. It's super bright and airy. But if you're in a climate controlled environment, if you're just hanging out in the AC, it's not really going to push too heavy beyond an hour, hour and a half. Whereas if you're outside, you're doing things, you're in the sun getting some vitamin D, this stuff is going to create such a large sillage. Trust me. Get a sample and try this stuff. Absolutely one of the best smells for 2022 summer is Signature Citrine from Zaharoff. Don't get me wrong, I love the original YEDT. It's what I wear the most in the summertime, but there's no denying this gorgeous ginger lemon combo that makes for this warm lemon smell of MY Eau Fraiche from Yves Saint Laurent. This is a stunner for summer, especially in the evenings. If you're going to eat on the patio, you're doing some things, barbecuing poolside, you know, summer events where you're going to be outside. This stuff will shine. It'll really push off your skin as you heat up. But like I said, the ginger provides this warm feel to the lemon. It really enhances the lemon in the top note. This actually is the least like the rest of the line, in my personal opinion. Though there is some similarity in the scent profile as it dries down, I find the opening is unique in the line. Not unique in perfumery overall, just in the Y line. Like I said, the lemon-ginger combo. It really works magic here. It's beautiful. There's still some ambergris in there. You're going to smell sage. You're going to smell some of the Y DNA like you'll smell in Y EDT and Y Live and Y EDP and so on. You get the idea. But these are not popping up as much. Not sure if they're discontinued, but they are readily available in some places. I know they're heavily discounted at Sephora's, I believe. I've seen them heavily discounted. I think Macy's was running a pretty good sale on them recently as well. So you see this one for a great price. This is a hands down easy grab for the summer. It smells incredible. That's why it's in this video. Maybe give it a run while you still can get your hands on a bottle for cheap. It's MY Eau Fraiche from YSL. Even though I'm loving Soleil d'Italie from Mancera, it's my newest Mancera pickup, and it is built for the heat, don't get me wrong. My favorite is still Wave Musk. Gorgeous, fresh cut green grass, aquatic hit with this beautiful sea salt. It's airy and breezy. It sticks to my skin. A little bit of citrus here. Some clean musk, as the name would indicate. It's just a beautiful fragrance. This stuff, it's captive. When you smell it, it'll grab you, whether it's you as the wearer or passers-by, because this one really gets out in the air easy. It's not strong and dense after an hour. It's a light, breezy scent that has a pretty good sillage. Not a strong sillage, but a lingering sillage nonetheless. And like I said, it's very light and airy and breezy, and it acts that way for many hours in its lifespan. Not the easiest one to find from what I've seen over the last couple of years, but it is still out there. If you can find this for under $100, it's one of the best smelling fresh Mancera fragrances they've ever made. It's one of my favorites. Yes, I hold Citra Boisé up here on a pedestal, but this is one click below it. This is my favorite freshie from the house, and I don't see that changing any time soon because it smells so damn good. Get your nose on it if you can. One of the best smelling summer fragrances in my opinion. It's definitely Mancera Wave Musk. Well, that is the 12 that I have for you today, and until next time, do me a real quick favor. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, because I do appreciate all the feedback. I love hearing from you guys. So what in this video do you have already? Have you gotten your nose on? What do you think about them? Let me know. Do you love them? Do you like them? Do you, you're so-so on them? Or do you dislike them? Do you loathe them? I love reading all these comments. And what in this video sparked your interest that you're like, hey, need to get my nose on that? Let me know those comments down below as well. And until next time, I will say, if you get your hands on any of these 12 and you give them a spray now, I'm really confident you'll thank me later because in my opinion, they smell phenomenal for the heat. That's why they're in this video. Have a good one, guys.